All right, we're back with Ruby Dawn. A couple of the members had to take off for dinner. It is dinner time over there. And you guys were talking a little bit about the new album, and well, quite a bit about the new album. What is there like an estimated release date? Not to hurry you at all, but
well, this is kind of, I've been doing a bit of thinking. I'm kind of throwing this at the guys. I don't think they were anticipating a new album right away, but I've been getting pretty excited about it. Our drummer was in Berlin for a couple of weeks, so I've had a bit of time on my hand. And then when I started looking at all the stuff that we've got and putting it together, I'm realizing that actually we do have enough material. I would like, we have enough material right now, but I want to write maybe a couple of more tunes, because I've realized that we might need a couple of more like intensive songs, a few more not upbeat, but more power songs. So I think we're missing a song or two that would theoretically belong on the album. But so far what we've got, I've got a song called Run Rabbit. It's just, I mean, we've changed the rhythm on it right now, and it really sounded brilliant today. Alice Come Home, that's a fantastic song. And we got Easy Feels, which is another brand new song. Social Disaster, which is again, that's the fourth one. And then I threw a new one at them this evening that they hadn't heard before, but it came out really well. So Easy, we've got 7 or 8 songs. So we want to release a single. That's one of my
before Christmas.
Yeah, before Christmas, get a single out.
Well, ideally, if we get time over Christmas, I mean, we should aim to I should aim to get it out probably April, May time next year.
I was thinking spring. Yeah.
Okay. No, but they're all written. We have to do then.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
I mean, the challenge always with this stuff is then you get into gigging season. You think, oh, should we go and actually play them 10 or so times live and then record them? But actually, you know, it's also nice to have the CDs to sell at gigs. So it's so it's sort of like, because we go around doing another set of gigs and everyone's already got our current CD, we need a new one to sell as well. So it's good to have merch for the fans. So yeah.
That
makes
so
sense.
yeah, we should be okay for April, May time.
Yeah.
And
I want this one to be even better than the last one.
I don't know how that's possible, but it
will be. I get the feeling. I think I get the feeling we can do that. It'll be different, slightly different, but it will be very much along the same things, because I do generally sing about the same topics, and
I think it'll be better because we play as a band now a lot. But when we recorded the album, it was more of a studio project where we worked out the songs, we'd done the arrangements before we found Adam. And as you know, a drummer's the sort of foundation of the band. And now all the new songs have been written with Adam and with us all together. So I think from that point of view, you know, I think we'll feel they're better songs, and we hope everyone likes them as much. But I think they'll it'll come together better. You know, because we're actually writing it more as a full band rather than you know, writing it and then adding a musician when we go to record.
Well, that's it. That's exactly what's happening. You know, because we gel really well together, and now we're all working on material other, whereas before I had the songs and it's like, you know, this is the song, and they learn, you know, they added their parts to it, but this is a more inclusive way of writing the album, I think.
Excellent. Yeah. All right. And let's see. Well, I'll ask the question I usually ask everyone, and that's, is there anything else that that I haven't asked or haven't talked about, or you haven't talked about, that you would like to say to your fans, and, you know, just get out there and get this album. It is fantastic. You may not.
And I think we've been really impressed with as a band that you a lot of people want CDs, which is funny. Of our sales, I think 60% have been physical CDs, which still is really nice. And it's nice that people support us on Bandcamp. We do have 4 singles up on Spotify and all the normal streaming platforms, but I think if we put the album out there, no one would have got a CD because you know we have to pay a lot of money to produce a CD. So I think everyone, I think occasionally we get people go, "Oh, why isn't it on Spotify?" It'd be great if people support small bands with people with things like Bandcamp. You can go there and listen to it for free, listen to it as many times as you like.
Yeah.
And then you pay. The thing that we love is some people, the CD's on there for £10.
They pay more.
We've had people pay £20 for the CD.
Yeah.
Because they
Worth
love
it.
it, and that's just like that makes us feel amazing.
Yeah.
And we can then go and do more and produce better CDs. So and actually the Progressive Gears guys recommended the CD production people and said we should be producing something that people will it's got that gatefold and it's got a lyric book and it's just a really nice thing to have, and we'll carry on doing that if people will support us. So
you can see here it definitely pays off.
yeah
A lot of memories back here. Yeah of pictures and album covers and things like that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to any listeners that are graphic designers and artists want to help us with the next one, then get in touch, because all the design side's always the a challenge and a struggle. I mean, our designer that worked on this one did a fantastic job, but getting the creative visual side of things is always helpful.
Well, I'll give you a quick name. Ed Unitsky. If you haven't heard of him, he's all over the internet. Wonderful guy. He's the guy that did the Shire for Progressive Discussion poster here for me. He's worked with many bands. And I think White Rabbit would be perfect for him. I think he's even designed some stuff for not for the band, but just things that he enjoyed off of Jefferson Airplane. But yeah, I think he'd be right up your alley. I'll have him contact you. And
please do. That'd be great.
Please.
Yeah.
but he's well, if you take a look at some of his art, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's out of this world. It's otherworldly, and it's I think it would fit if that's the name of the project. I mean, it would, he'll definitely get into it. And the wonderful thing about him is you just have to tell him a very few things and he'll come back and just, whoa, how did he figure this out? Did he get into my dreams or something? It's like, I gave him just a few little guidelines for this thing back here, and look what he did, and he didn't really spend a lot of time on it. I mean, an album he's going to spend a heck of a lot more time on. And just Ed Unitsky, remember that name, and
I'll do.
Take a look. I'll send you links to his artwork and that. And I think you'll like him.
Super.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other influences or?
Well, I'm going to ask you something. So we're doing this interview. What happens with it next? What's behind it?
Well, we could talk about that off camera, but anyway,
okay.
Here's what normally happens.
Yeah, let's leave that to off camera. Sorry, I didn't realize. Yeah.
No, that's all right. But yeah, it takes about 5 or 6 minutes for all this stuff to download. Then I put it all together, and I will send you a link to progressiverockcentral.com, and I'll have and by the way, if you guys want to send some more pictures, because what I did was I went to your Facebook page, but if you have some formal stuff you want to include,
we got pictures.
I mean, there's good pictures on the website, and the other people should do is definitely check out if you go to YouTube and just put in @RubyDawn, that'll take us to our page. And the one of Into the Sun at the Steam Museum. That was an amazing venue,
Okay.
and great lighting and great sound. So there's some, and actually that one, because it was in a residential area and it was quite an echoey room, you couldn't play too loud. So Adam had to play with these, like, not quite brushes, but I think he called rockets. But it sounded fantastic. So that's a great. We're really pleased with that one. So if you haven't checked that one out, that's on there as well.
All right, and take a look at my review for the album. At the very bottom of the review for the album, I put a bunch of YouTube links.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just take a look. If there's anything missing, send me a link and say, hey, please add this one. I'll definitely do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing that is on Bandcamp, if people have been there, is actually we did a live album, just streaming. We haven't actually produced a CD of it, but a lot of people have picked that up as well. So yeah, we're very pleased with those recordings.
All right. Well, hey, thank you very much for taking the time. I know it's getting late over there, and you guys may not have had dinner, and but really, thanks for doing it from the studio. That was really awesome. Thanks for the song, for playing live like that. That absolutely makes it so much more interesting than just talk. But the talk was good too. That what you guys said was really good.
I look forward to hearing it. I'm half expecting it to sound really distorted and terrible because it's an iPhone, but you never know. So
we're gonna see. Yeah. But looking forward to the next album. You definitely have got my interest with all that, Jefferson Airplane kind of stuff. But it's going to be your original stuff, which is good. I know you're not going to copy them. I just suggested to maybe throw on a cover of that song as like an extra song, or for a.
Well, we might. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. You've just planted that seed in our head. I mean, we could actually do that as a cover, because the album's, I really like the idea of White Rabbit, because I Googled what White Rabbit means, and symbolically and then throughout literature and throughout cultures and everything, the White Rabbit to all groups, ethnic people, that symbolized something. And there's so many references to it. And then, because the way I write my lyrics, I don't, like I said, I don't sing about a particular event or anything. It is very much open. I do that for a deliberate reason, because I want the music accessible to anyone at any time, in any time in history or whatever it is, or any culture or anything. And it's specifically, talking, it's all about kind of the relationships we have with Earth, with Mother, with each other, with the environment, with, with God or whatever. It's all based on relationships, and you can interpret in any way. It could be between me and my mother, my brother, my boyfriend, or it could be between mankind and Mother Earth. So, and I deliberately pick all my lyrics very, very carefully, so it can be interpreted by anyone and be meaningful to anyone. But the gist of it is always like, think about what you're doing. These are the consequences. Think about, hope, and it's always balancing these human emotions. And White Rabbit will just follow along the same thing, because that's what I write about. It's like my mantra to the human race.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you for progressiverockcentral.com. We appreciate your time, energy, effort, and especially your music. It is fantastic. I'm definitely in for the second one. Just one, I keep forgetting to ask you this. Any tours you want to talk about real quick? Or shows, upcoming shows?
We have a bunch of gigs next year scheduled in. We're actually we haven't been doing a lot of promotion, so because we're going to go into the recording. So there's none. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Well, we've got Fusion, which Fusion's coming up. There's two big ones coming up in March. We are very much interested in finding a like band that we would work well with. I'd love to do a mini tour.
We'll do some local.
Yeah, I would love to do that and do like 5 or 6 gigs with another band around the UK. we're willing, you know, I would love, obviously love to do it in America, but like, you know, that'd be another
We'd
bit
like to
more
have
game.
you over there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but we hope next year things pick up.
but we got the
Um,
Bad Dog guys are doing a great job in
Yeah.
doing some promotion. So I think that's going to be one of the things that will come out of that as well. So just, I think we did about 10 gigs last year.
Yeah.
This year so far. I mean, I think if we can get out and do,
But they were decent
numbers,
ones.
they were
They were,
great.
they were
Yeah.
good gigs. They weren't
Yeah.
just the pub thing. They were good gigs.
Anne has a lot of bands in the UK there that she can connect you with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
we're working with her on that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Well, Mark, thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank
Yeah,
you for your interest.
definitely.
Thank you for your compliments. I really appreciate it.
No, you're
Look
more than
forward to seeing it.
welcome. We'll do this again, definitely for the next album. Whenever you guys get that out, I'd love to have another conversation and have you play another song off of that album. But thank you very much for all your time today.
Pleasure.
Right.
Great.
Take care.
Thanks,
Good
Mark.
evening.